Hi, here's a level 5 rotation. We are rotating 90 degrees clockwise. So, what does that mean? Let's click on the shape. Okay, this direction is clockwise. We're going around like this, like a clock. Okay, so 90 degrees clockwise. If we look at the C, you see how the C is just kind of sticking out from the 3? If we rotate it clockwise, the C will be sticking out from the 3, but this 3 now. Okay, so it'll be just below. Here it's just right of the 3, so down here it's going to be just below the 3. Okay, the B, which was at, well, the B is no help, it was at -2, it's over here at -2, +2. And the C, you see how it's just below the 8? Okay, it's 5 below the 8. If we look up here, it's 5 across from the 8. Okay, so when we rotate, that's one method you could use. All right, another method you can use is we know where the shape is going to end up. Okay, we know that the when we rotate 90 degrees clockwise, that the C's are going to end up down here. Every point is going to move over one quadrant over. If it's on one of the axes, it's going to move over to the next axis. Okay, so our C point is going to move down here. Our A point is going to move up here. Our B point is going to move up here. And if you know where something's going to move, then you don't have to worry about the signs. Because remember, the signs only tell you whether you're going left rather than right, or up rather than down, or down rather than up. Doesn't really matter. But the signs tell us that. If we know where we're going to go, then we don't have to worry about the signs. Like, for example, here, A is 8 and 5. Okay, it's really -8, -5, I know, but we're ignoring the signs. So 8 this way and 5 that way. So we're going to switch that around, and we're just going to make it, since we know the A is going to come up here somewhere, instead of doing 8, 5, we're going to do 5, 8. Okay, and I don't have to worry about the mapping. So that's one way of doing it. Hello, let me just erase all that. So the A is going to end up here. Okay, at 8, 5. Oops, we were at 8, 5, so we go to 5, 8. Like that. Okay? And that's great and everything, but in level 9, we can't drag the shape at all. We have to plot every single individual point. Okay? So we're going to look at using the mapping notation and using that trick. So let's see what happens first for the mapping notation. Our A was -8, -5, and it became -5, +8. Okay, so when the X came to the switched places with the Y, when the X moved to the back, it also switched signs. Okay, so we're rotating 90 degrees clockwise. Our mapping notation is that the X and Y switch places, and when the X moved to the back, it also switched signs. Okay. All right, let's look at a level 9 type question. Okay, so now there's no rotation button or anything like that. We're just going to be plotting the points the way you would on paper. So our mapping notation x, y becomes y negative x. So the A, which is 1, 7, is going to become 7, -1. So 7, -1, let's plot that point. Oops. 7, -1. And the B, which is 5, -3, the B prime becomes, switch their places, 5, -3, and -5 because the X switches signs as well. So -3, -5. And the C, which was 8, 3, now becomes C prime at 3. Okay, the 3 comes to the front, the 8 goes to the back, and it switches signs, so 3, -8. And that's down here. Okay, so this is our shape, and we've used our mapping notation to get it. You could also use the trick we were talking about before. Okay, if our A point is up here, we know it's going to rotate down to the next quadrant. It was 1, 7, so it's going to be 7, 1, but down here. Our B, which was 5, 3, is going to go over to the next quadrant at 3, 5. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so have fun rotating, and have a good night.